So the folks at Mantis sent me their firearms training system, so we're going to give it a whirl. Hey guys, it's Kelly here from Armed and Feminine, and today we're going to play with and give a little review of the Mantis X firearms training system. So when you get this little toy, essentially what it's trying to do is help you with your marksmanship. It's sort of like having a little firearms instructor in your pocket or on your phone to help you make corrections, that are going to help you shoot better for marksmanship. So in that box, it's going to come with a cute little pelican case, and the real toy is inside. So in here is the actual little training device, and it comes with a USB cord. So essentially before you get started, you need to charge this for a little while. So the mounting of it is fairly simple as well. My SIG has been banished to the safe until that trigger thing gets fixed. So we're going to play with the Glock 19 today. So essentially all we're going to do is slide this little device right on to the bottom of the rail with the sensor facing forward. It's pretty simple to do. You don't have to really watch me do all of that. So we're going to just mount it. Put that in, and we're going to tighten it. We'll see after it's done. It's not real hard. Can even use my nail. And so the next piece is you have to download an app, because this works in conjunction, because the sensor is going to be, the data from the sensor is going to be picked up by this app, and then it's going to analyze what your shots were like and give you some corrections to that. So I already went ahead and downloaded the app, and it is going to look like this. All right, so there's the app that you're going to download, and it is free. So free is always good. So the first thing we're going to want to do is at the very bottom of the apparatus is a little button. So you just sort of have to get your hand in there until you see a green light come on. Not so sure I saw a green light. There it is. So the green light is on. And then we need to essentially connect to the app here. So when we see the connect, there we are, connect, we're going to go ahead and connect here. And it's going to pick that up. So then it's going to ask us a series of questions, not that you need to see it, but we'll show you there. You can either do this with dry fire, live fire, or you can do it with CO2. So essentially we're just going to open the training app here and continue. So we need to put on here, I need to change it because I had it on dry fire this morning. So you will choose if you're going to use a pistol or if you're going to use a rifle, because you can do both. I'm going to choose pistol. My current firearm, so you can choose whichever firearm you have. I'm not sure how that changes the data or how that works, but I chose the Glock 19. You'll choose your hand, right or left, so I am right-handed. And if it's dry, I had it on dry, so I'm going to change that now to live ammunition. So it's going to ask me how it's mounted, and I have it mounted forward and some things, and we are ready to go. Alrighty, so the app will ask us to calibrate the gun, so you'll have to set it down on a spot for just a few seconds so it calibrates. And when we're ready, we're just going to go ahead and punch that start button on the phone and watch magic happen. Alrighty. Alright, so I need to change my glasses so I can read. So the preliminary scores of that round, it recorded 4 shots, an average score of 95.1. First shot 92.7, second 94.4, third shot 97.5. And fourth shot 95.9. So let's take a look at what the data actually looks like on here and how it's significant to help you. This screen gives you the overall scores of each one of the shots and gives you an average with some time. The overall shot here before that it recorded. Now here's the interesting part. At first I thought this whole application was going to be not a whole lot different from the handgun accuracy chart, which is like you could just look at your target and see what you're doing and go ahead and correct it. It's just the fancy way of doing it. But what I note on here is that you'll have a yellow line and a green line. Of course, the yellow line is the trigger press, which this will tell you without a little app. But what this doesn't show you that this will is this part that's called hold movement. You know, how much hold control we have, and that could be your problem if your trigger press is pretty good. So it gives you the deviation on the hold and on the trigger press. Then after such, well, that's an interesting one. I'm not really sure what that one is. Oh, the target. I need to pull that up a little piece here. Ah, cancel. Oh, wait. Here we go. It's sort of got moved down. It's showing us the deviation. The red is how far the muzzle has moved after the trigger break. So the green is our hold control. A little shaky after some caffeine. Yellow is the trigger press, which is not so bad at all for me. That's pretty good. And then the red mark would be the muzzle rise after the trigger break. So that gives you the idea of what you need to work on. If you see a wide variety in the yellow, you know that's about the trigger press. If there's a wide variety in green, that's about your hold control. So after, actually it's a, whoop, let me head on down. There's a better shot of what it looks like here too. And after each one of the shots, it'll show you. So there's shot 1, shot 2, pretty consistent. Shot 3, looks like a light bright when I was a kid. And 4. So they're all fairly grouped neatly. And actually, oops, not so bad. Control. And here's the fun part. You can go back to your history here too, and it'll show you like all of your scores over time. So there's my dry fire and my live fire. So it's pretty simple to use. Alright, so just like this correction chart, the app also has a little correction chart here. So if it tells you too little finger or too much finger or trigger slapping and you're like, wow, what does that mean? You could actually hit that part of the correction chart where it tells you, and it gives you a definition of that. So if you don't really know what that means, it gives you a nice way to find out and how to possibly correct that for yourself. How it does vary is this isn't going to tell you exactly where you hit that shot on the target. What it's measuring is the movement of the barrel, and is that muzzle going up and down, and how to correct there, because I was standing askew for the camera, so I wasn't dead on to the target, but the trigger didn't, the trigger press was good and the barrel didn't move, and that's what it's here to train you to do. It's not telling you where exactly your shots are hitting on the target because it's not seeing that. It's a sensor that's monitoring the movement of the barrel, and that's pretty much what all of that is about. So for marksmanship, it's a pretty decent application, especially since it's like a little instructor in your pocket. Catch! I'm Kelly from Armed and Feminine. If you like the Mantis X, check them out. Retail is about, I think, $150. So if you're trying to improve your marksmanship and you like to play with technology, it's worth a try. I'm Kelly from Armed and Feminine. Hit the subscribe button if you like, or if you want to see another video, you can click here. Remember, it's your life. Protect it.